Good morning. Good morning. Am I out there? Can you hear me? I'm Rob Satori. Good evening. Good evening. No, good morning. Welcome to Unity of Sarasota. I just want to be able to see you, so I'm standing up. We're going to bring up, I hear music, I think. Tim, can you come on up? We're going to bring back Tim Spradlin. Because we have the wonderful Reverend Elizabeth, too, today.
This song comes from a musical that I was in called Sarasota, and it brings back many great memories, one of which is the first song I ever sang here at Unity of Sarasota. So it was my introduction to not only Rob, but Elizabeth. So we're having a full circle moment. In a far-off land, there lived a beautiful butterfly. In a kingdom full of blossom-covered trees. And winding through this paradise, a river danced along and played with the constant summer breeze. The butterfly found a tiny branch at the riverside and watched the water rushing who knows where. And carefully he sheltered from the power of the breeze, for surely it would toss him through the air. I'm a butterfly, he said, trivial and small, and in the greater scheme of things I don't mean much at all. So I flap my wings to stretch myself and just enjoy the view. I'm a butterfly, what more can I do? One afternoon, the butterfly asked the river, Madam, what makes you free so? What splendid destinations are you rippling toward? Where, oh, where do you go? The river said, I'm headed for the ocean, and the summer breeze inspires me to race. My friend, you'd love the ocean, it's remarkable to see. Won't you join our friendly chase? I'm a butterfly, he said, trivial and small, and in the greater scheme of things I don't mean much at all. So I'll flap my wings to stretch myself and just enjoy the view. I'm a butterfly, what more can I do? So the butterfly, he dreamed of the ocean. He longed to flutter high above the seas. But there are dangers in the sky for a tiny butterfly. So from his branch, he asked a question of the breeze. What makes you chase the river toward the ocean? And the breeze told him the most amazing thing. I'm simply made up of the currents in the air that start from the movement of your wings. Your tiny wings, you're a butterfly, my friend, powerful and strong. And I'm grateful for the way you've always hurried me along. When you flap your wings to stretch yourself, it might seem small to you, but you change the world with everything you do. So he flapped his wings and took off from the safety of his tree. And the butterfly
Good morning, Unity of Sarasota. My name is Bruce McLaughlin, and it's a special day today. I think every day is special if we live in the moment and look at the present, but there are days that I think are maybe extra special days, and I think today be one of them, and we will get to that very soon. So I'm going to welcome you guys, and I want you to all join me in saying, repeat with me, we are a beacon of light and love, opening minds, touching hearts, and transforming lives. Unity of Sarasota, we are an inclusive spiritual community that embraces, empowers, and life-affirming practical spirituality for richer living right now. We join with the Unity worldwide in creating a world that works for all. Wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome to join us. So first thing I want to do is welcome any guests today. And if you are here for the first time, I'd like for you to stand up and be recognized. And in just a moment, I'm going to ask you where you're from, but Cheryl is going to give you a shell necklace. And I'm going to tell you that shell necklaces are put together with a string that demonstrates the oneness of us all. And the shells are our individual connection with Spirit. Be sure to wear the necklace for a first line and privileges in the fellowship room after the service. We also are giving you a welcome packet for information about Unity. You'll fill out the card on the back and leave it with board member of the day, or leave it in the offering plate as you leave. That way we know something about you. We also want to welcome all of those that are live streaming us today. If we will all wave to them. Wish you guys were here, but glad you're live streaming. So our new guests, if you would stand up one more time. I left you standing for a while. Where are you from?
I am from Bradenton.
From Bradenton.
Yeah, Baylor, and grew up on Bradenton Beach, moved out of the area, came down to Sarasota about 10 years ago. Couldn't believe what had changed in the meantime since I had been gone. So very glad to be here today.
All right, fantastic. And yourself? Well, welcome. You're in a beautiful place. And yourself?
I live just a few minutes away here in Sarasota. I'm originally from Wisconsin, but I've lived here since like 2009.
All right, thank you so much. I want also real quickly to introduce my neighbor Felicia right here. She's been here once before. And I want to let you guys know that Felicia is going to return to Unity at some point in the next 2 or 3 months. She goes to churches and to schools, and she is a child survivor of the Holocaust. And she has an incredible story. I admire her so much. In spite of what happened to her as a child, she's become a very successful wife, mother, jewelry maker, author, teacher. And she's kind of an incredible person, and her story is just an incredible story about a horrific time in the history of the world. So when she comes to speak, we will certainly let all you guys know. Are there any kids here today? If so...
In service. We're in service today.
Okay, we welcome you. I want to let you know the theme for our children will be for August will be the ability to decide and command. Okay, we got some announcements. Slides for the announcements. Okay, there's the children. Okay. Reverend Betty's going to have a new member class on those 3 dates that you see. So come learn about the benefits of membership in the Unity movement. We welcome all of you to come join us. Wednesday, September 13th, there will be an opening service to start the annual tradition of World Day of Prayer. There will be music, prayer, and sharing of God moments. On September 14th, there will be a drive-through prayer from 9 to 12, and I'm assuming that's in the morning versus 9 to 12 at night. But if you come here at night, drive through and pray. We're welcome to do that. The sanctuary will be open from 12 to 4 that afternoon as well. Next, in the lobby as you leave, there will be a congregant survey, and the survey is Reverend Betty and the board prepared, and it's an important survey that we want to hear from you all what you would like in a new minister. As most of you know, we're in the middle of a ministerial search, and your input is really important to us. We want to know what you value and what you would like, and we will hear what you say. So please take it and complete it return it next Sunday or as soon as you possibly can. Also in the lobby, there is a donation basket that if you would like to donate to is going to help the victims of the fire in Maui. It's a very important cause, and we pray for those people. There's going to be a new book study called Wonder and Learning, covering the learning principles of Mr. Rogers. It will be held by Nan Summers, and Nan, if you're here, if you would stand up. There she is at the back. So there'll be more information in the fellowship room in regard to that, or you can speak to Nan after the service as well. So I think we have a song now.
Would you all stand and sing with me? Stand up and sing the Unity hymn. Every prayer is answered, every prayer is heard, every thought and feeling, every spoken word, what your soul has longed for, what your heart can feel is already here, is already real. There is no one out there, there is no one else. You hold all the answers deep inside yourself. There's a voice that whispers, there's no you, no me. There's just one, there's just unity. One power, one presence, one light to lead the way. All knowing, all believing, that answers when you pray. When the world looks darkest and your eyes can see, gather all your troubles, give them all to me. I am always with you, I will always be. I am one, I am unity. We are one, we are unity. Very nice. Thank you, everyone.
If you will all join me in reading our statement of being. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life. God, who is perfect life, perfect intelligence, perfect love, and perfect substance. I am an individualized expression of God. You are an individualized expression of God. We are an individualized expression of God.
And I'm going to bring up Tim Spradlin and Reverend Elizabeth to sing this song with me.
yet unknown.
I broke my heart for everything to taste sweet. I face the pain, I rise and fall, yet through it all, this much remains. I watch one moment in time when I'm more than I thought I could be.
When all of my dreams are a heartbeat away, and the answers are all inside me. One moment in time, when I'm racing with destiny. And in that one moment of time, I will see eternity.
I've lived to be the very best. No time for all, I'll pass the test. I've laid the plans, now lay the chance here in my heart.
Give me one moment in time when I'm more than I thought I could be. When all of my dreams are a heartbeat away, and the answers are all up to me. Give me one moment in time when I'm racing with destiny. There in that one moment of time, I will feel eternity. Oh,
You're a winner for a lifetime when you seize this one moment in time. Let it shine.
I want one moment in time when I'm more than I thought I could be. When all of my dreams are a heartbeat away, and the answers are inside of me. Give me one moment in time when I'm racing with destiny. And there in that one moment of time, I will feel eternity. I will be
You all know he gave that to us this morning.
I was just going to say that. It sounds like they have done this 100 times. They probably rehearsed it once or twice an hour ago, and that was it. Okay, this is a special day for me because, well, for one thing, Elizabeth married Tim and me. I was going to say Elizabeth married me, but that wouldn't be quite right. That would have been a dream come true, maybe for me, not for her. But this week, as I knew that I was going to introduce her, I was reading some stuff, and I go to a lot of self-help sites. I really need it a lot some days. And I came across something that, it just fits so perfectly. And I'm going to read it twice because it applies so much to Elizabeth. So I'm going to read this twice. May your daily actions speak louder than your words. May your life preach louder than your lips. May your success be your noise in the end. I'm going to say that one more time, and this time for Elizabeth's partner in crime, Neil. Neil is an incredible person, and he deserves all the accolades that Elizabeth does as well. So Neil, where are you, dude? There he is. You deserve the applause. So Neil, this is for you. May your daily actions speak louder than your words. May your life preach louder than your lips. May your success be your noise in the end. Thank you, both of you. These guys are partners in crime, and I don't mean like Bonnie and Clyde.
Good morning. I wondered if I would have the muscle memory of standing here and greeting each one of you. And I have to thank Virginia. I told her, I said, look, Virginia, you need to set the stage because we are inviting not only the angels, the guides, and all of our ancestors and all of our progeny to this moment in time. Because this moment is the only moment that we will ever have. Yes? Okay. So the talk that I want to share, or the sharing that I'd want to express and experience in our heart space, has to do with giving the best gift that we have to give to the world. And that best gift is really quite simple. It's being the best version of you that you came to be in this moment. With whatever is going on in your life, with whatever disappointments or accolades, with whatever grief or with whatever celebration you have. This point, this juncture in our lives is our gift. I know it's kind of scary, right? Ultimately, this is how we make our contribution to the world. We allow it to evolve through our understanding of who we came to be. And Dr. David Hawkins, who is one of my spiritual mentors, not David over there is another one, but this is a different David Hawkins. He says that each of our thoughts can be calibrated as to truth or not truth. And you and I both know that we are either engaged in thinking from a place of truth and love, or we are not. We have a discernment factor that is in our soul that says this is coming from God or it isn't. We have a BS barometer. Of course, you know it means belief system, right? A couple of weeks ago, I posted online, and I said, what do you believe will raise the consciousness of the planet? And then I posted something else and said, because I don't believe in people being talking heads. That's just wasted breath. I believe that each one of us has a role to play, and that we are already playing it full out. The question is, really, do we like the role that we're playing? And if we're not, guess what? We can have a different script because we are the playwright of our own drama. And I have so enjoyed playing with Tim and with Rob. I know that we have devots and we have divas. And in a perfect world, when we play our role full out, the whole world applauds, whether silently or aloud. It really doesn't matter if it joins with us or even understands how we live our life. Our destiny, our power, our passion is always right here. And we always, without exception, have the opportunity to align and tune in. So, what do you believe will raise the consciousness of the planet? Now, I've been working with Putin and Trump and Biden and President Xi and Kim Jong-un. I've been working with all of the world leaders. And I've been wondering, what's going wrong? And yet I know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that when I choose for myself to raise my frequency, to raise my vibration, and all of those other woo-woo words, it's simply when I allow my heart to open up, then somewhere, somehow, those seeds of love, truth, wisdom, grace, joy find the crack in the veneer of every sentient being on the planet. You all think I retired? No. I've been repurposed, as my friend Barbara Williams says, and my ministry is playing on the world stage in the silence. My ministry and my passion is allowing myself to be and to vibrate and to put forth the highest possible frequency that I possibly can, so that I can play my role in being the tipping point on the planet. And I want playmates, friends. I want playmates. David Duran, Dr. David Duran, some of you may remember him. He was just one of the over 100 responses I got, and I did manage to respond to most of them. He said, love, self-inquiry, and meditate, and then pray. I like the self-inquiry. It's sort of like, how am I showing up? What am I doing? And then another one of my friends that I met this past season, who is a retired Air Force, I don't know what her rank is, but she decided that she wanted to own a sailing boat, a Manta, and be a single-hander. That means she got from Florida all the way to Grenada on her boat. Now, granted, she had crew at times, but this woman was not afraid to sail overnight by herself. Hoorah! Oh, that's the wrong one, isn't it? But she's an amazing young woman, and what she said was, travel the world. Get out of your comfort zone and learn to enjoy other cultures, recognizing that they're just simply a myriad of ways to explore the facets of who you are, because are we not one? Therefore, your journey on a cosmic level or on a metaphysical level is my journey. Your successes are my successes. You're falling flat on your face, that's me. The question is, do we have the courage to get up again? And what's the answer? Thank you. Oh, come on. What's the answer? There you go. And Bob Waxman, and I know many of you know him and love him so much, he said, add compassion, mercy, and kindness. And one of my first administrators, Kat Wright, who lives in Charlotte, said, and this is amazing for her, she said, talk less, listen more. That was one of my favorites. And one day I will embody it. And Brett Morris, you may know him, you may remember him, he said, well, we were hoping, kind of hoping that you and Neil would let us know. And I went, ha, 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 you know more than that. And one of my favorites was Linda Watson. She said, when you figure it out, let me know. Do you think I let her off the hook? I did not. So you know where I'm going with this. With these comments, they underscore that the gifts that we have to give are already right here, right now. We don't have to look for them. They're already in this moment. You see, in a perfect world, we can already deliberately align, allow, and activate our authentic self and let it strut its stuff. And I want to thank Rob and Tim for the opportunity, whether I knew what I was doing or not, to help me strut my stuff. Because that's really the authentic individual in me that says, Elizabeth, you've got this. And you know in Unity what we call that authentic individual. We call it the living Christ. We call it the spark of God. We call it that genius, that omnipresence, omniscience, omnipotence that has come to radiate from us. And this is sort of a paradox, but Unity loves paradoxes, and they're not two ducks walking along. The paradox is that when we live out loud, we come from the center of silence and stillness. When we live in our authentic best, we are coming humbly, lovingly, mercifully from that sacred stillness that knows exactly how it needs to guide us. We cannot fake humility. It is the point of being teachable. It is the point of being approachable by the Holy Spirit. Are we approachable by the Holy Spirit? Can every fiber of our being allow the radiant love, light, presence, power to effortlessly flow through us? There's only one answer, because God gives only one answer. God says yes, or God says nothing. There is truth, or there is nothing. There is love, and the opposite of love is nothing. It is not hate. Hate is an illusion of people trying to bring up something that isn't there, trying to resist the love that wants to flow. Now, regardless of whether we agree with each other or not, wouldn't it be much kinder, much more empowering just to say yes to love when you desperately want to knock someone flat on their rear end? Wouldn't it be much kinder, much more merciful to not honk the horn and cut someone off? And this is my favorite from my beloved husband. Wouldn't it be nicer to turn off the news when you can't say anything nice? So, in a perfect world, our oversensitive triggers that get on our last nerve can be turned into glimmers, remembrances of when we thought the world was wonderful. It could be from a smell of coffee. It could be being with people that you've held in your heart since 2008, whether we are with each other day in and day out or not. You've never been far from me. You are always. Unity of Sarasota is a spiritual home. In a perfect world, I see you as my glimmer. Chocolate, also. Rainbows, getting on the water for the first time in the season, those are my glimmers. They outshine the triggers. The triggers I have no use for, but I recognize them, I honor them, I respect them, and I even appreciate them for the master teacher that they can be to let it go. Honor your trigger, celebrate your glimmer. Honor your trigger, celebrate your glimmer. Together, honor your trigger, celebrate your glimmer. And in the perfect world, we can all find our ikigai. Our ikigai is always at hand. Now, I know everybody knows what that is, right? I didn't until last week, and I thought it was great. Our own personal ikigai is that which we have a passion for, that which we have a skill set for, that which the world needs, and we get paid for it. How great is that? Not many people have found that, by the way. But our ikigai, it's a Japanese term, and it essentially means what you get up for in the morning. What's your reason? What's your raison d'etre for being on the planet? And it's not this great big passion or mission or vision. No, because it's an invitation that I'm going to give to you. Your ikigai is what Taylor Swift has tuned into. Her series, her concert series this summer, has raised billions of dollars. Perhaps you might have heard of it. How could you not? And yet, behind the scenes, as we study people who have found their ikigai, she's been giving away hundreds of thousands of dollars to every food bank in every city that she has visited. Yeah. And she's had her own team and her own staff provided. It's not that she went, handle it, handle it. Those were my favorite words. It never happened here. But it was an ideal. Steve Jobs found his ikigai. Mackenzie Scott has given away over $14.4 billion after her divorce from Jeff Bezos. Yeah. Her raison d'etre is to give it away and share it conscientiously. When we think of Bill and Melinda Gates while they're not together, we think of a foundation that has the world at heart. What does the world need? Now, granted, those are big illustrations. The reality is that there's a slim chance that you'll ever discover your ikigai while sitting and thinking about it. It's so much more to develop your ikigai through right effort, right intention, right purpose. And if we don't like where we are in life, all we have to do is move. We're not trees. I was not born to suffer. I was not born to be a martyr. I was born to thrive. I was not born to survive. Right? I have the most amazing daughter who's come through the most amazing journey. It's not a journey I would have chosen for her. Matter of fact, I tried to tell her differently many times. It didn't really work out that way. But recently I participated in one of her classes online, which was called Self-Love, a summer of self-love. And I watched this young woman begin to allow her authentic self to suit up, show up, and shine. I know that's familiar. And there's a little snippet of a video of part of her class that she gave me permission to share. And Tim, if you can show that.
And we go to school, and they really want us to be a lot less like that and a lot more like this. Less like that. more like this. And it just continues, and we go to work, and no, not like that, like this. And so we have all these, and we watch TV. Oh, we should be like that. Oh, look at her. She seems happy. Oh, look at them. Look at all they have. I want that. And it just carries on, and we build up all of these constructs and images of what we're supposed to be, and what healed is, and what whole is, and what success is, and what complete is, and what the good girl is, and what a bad girl is, and what a happy family is, and what a broken home is, and all of these ideas. And even the concepts of ideas in general, the concepts of words, are an illusion.
An illusion. This is a young woman who has gone through a separation, gone through a failed business, gone through family dynamics that I would wish on no one. And yet she seems to be in this space of where she is exploring the gift, her own personal ikigai, to begin and turn her life around from absolute zero. She's one of my heroes. So, before we know it, when we do not allow the authentic self to emerge, our creativity and our innovation gets drowned out by mindless compliance, which often puts us in a rut of stagnation. Have you ever been in that space of a rut and stagnation? Be honest. Well, guess what? We can change. Thank you, Reverend Amy. I'm inviting you today to do 3 things. I'm inviting you tonight for the next 21 days. And this is what I like about a yogic practice and mainly any other practice. If you forget one day, you get to day 10 and you forget, guess what you get to do? All over again. If you get to day 19 and you forget a day, all over again. What I'd like you to do, I told this to Rin, and she said, well, Mom, I can do that easily. All right, I'm going to have a cup of tea, I'm going to breathe, and I'm going to go to the loo. There you go. No, 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 no. What is it I love? What am I accomplished at? What does the world need? And can I open myself to receive benefit from it? All right, with those questions in mind, for the next 21 days, if you're brave enough, thank you, Rob. If you're brave enough, I want you, before you go to bed, to write down 3 things that you're going to do. Not 20, not 25, 2, 3 that support your ikigai, that support the skill set that you have come here to offer to the planet that needs it, the opportunity that makes your heart sing when you're doing it, recognizing that when I am in this sacred space of my authentic bliss, I am raising the vibration of the planet, not just me. When we are in this authentic space of doing what we love. So let's just pause for a moment and contemplate. Just contemplate. In my life, living out loud, I see myself doing. In life, living out loud, I hear myself speaking from the truth center of my core. Living out loud, I make room for the most important voice of all. The stillness. The core of my being diminishes and evaporates all boundaries. The living Christ, the God self of who I am, simply flows. Why did I get out of bed today? What is it that is wanting me to accomplish in life? Can I say thank you, God? Ooh, ah, together. Ooh, Thank you, Rob. I'm not done. But I believe that we all need that space to pause. In every yogic position, the most important part, as I've said many times, is when you stop, when you rest, and when you allow the sacred spirit to catch up with your intention to stretch. It is that importance when we pray, when we affirm, when we meditate. We put the intention out for the universe because I believe the universe likes for us to help direct the car. But equally important, we stop and we listen. When I was a toddler, the reason I loved what Rin Magdalene had to say, she changed her name. How's that for a beautiful name? Rin Magdalene. When I was a toddler, I don't know if you understand this, but I was a little too much. My mother couldn't hold me because I was constantly wiggling. There were no boundaries that I did not cross. The end of my backyard didn't mean a bloody thing to me. And we're talking when I was 3 and 4. I would traverse all over the place. I did not have a helicopter mother, which is probably a good thing. It would not have worked. And in the Episcopal Church, I learned when I was at least in 5th grade and we were doing the call and response in the Episcopal Lord, and although we are unworthy through our manifold, you're not supposed to talk that loud in an Episcopal church. And my father would go, bam. That was too much. And how dare I ask the priest, why can't women be priests? Why can't I be an acolyte, for goodness sake? My dad is training them. What's wrong with it? No, you get to sing in the choir. Well, thank you very much. So I would sit in the front row and sit with my friend, and I would giggle. It was quite distracting to the priest, which was fine. In elementary school, I was too curious. I was too loud. I was too bossy. I'm sorry, Amy. I was too everything. Less of that, more of this, Elizabeth. Until they achieved their end, I shut up, which means I shut down, which means there were times when I'd go stand in the corner because I was too much. And I stopped singing. So my mother went to her friend, Mrs. Craig, and said, what do we need to do for Elizabeth? And she said, I think we need to get her on the piano. And I realized there wasn't ADD that many years ago. But taking piano lessons, I had something where I could put my hands on, put my feet on, put my eyes on, put my heart on when I actually accomplished the song. And it was amazing. All of a sudden, I could focus. And in my 20s, after graduating from college, I was all over the map until I read one book that turned my life around, and it was called Walter Russell's The Man Who Tapped the Secrets of the Universe. And I remember lying outside in that September night going, wow, someone tapped the secrets of the universe. This is really cool. And only a few months later, I was in the Unity Church. And I was invited to lead up the music ministry gratis. And I did. And bada ba bing, bada ba boom, my ikigai was formed. Was it perfectly demonstrated? No. It was just the beginning. Our unity teachings revolve around the truth that our spirituality is quite practical. It requires us to live while evolving. You and I can stay in balance doing the right thing at the right time and in the right place. What wants your attention tomorrow? What is the universe calling for you to experience and express? What is inviting you to put on the cutting edge of your I don't think I can do it? Because if it's putting you on that edge of, I'm not sure I can, I promise you it's a divine appointment. And we all know what it is. After I got repurposed from this ministry, I started playing tennis. It wasn't pretty, friends. And a few years ago, I tried to play pickleball, and someone said, well, you can't play tennis and play pickleball. Really? Now, you maybe cannot play them well, but by golly, you can play them both. And it works. And that was part of my, I don't think I can throw that ball up and serve it and it'll actually land in the court. And God forbid I should double fault. Should that stop me at the age of from trying? Absolutely not. Our ikigai, if we haven't discovered it yet, I promise you, if you find a skill set that you enjoy, you find something that you are passionate about, you know that the world needs your gift, and you marry it all together. That was a little loud, wasn't it? I apologize. You will be financially rewarded. So, beginning tonight for tomorrow, we're going to write down our 3 things, our gifts to the world. Yes? Yes? No? And why do we write them down at night? Exactly, because what happens when we put them to rest like a position of yoga? Hey, that's pretty good in heels, right, Tim? Spirit, the Holy Spirit, begins to part the waters of any obstacles that stand in our way. I'm ready for those waters to be parted, aren't you? I'm not sure what my new skill set's going to be, but I don't need to know, because all I need to know is, what is the universe asking me to do today, tomorrow? How does the universe want to hear from you today, tomorrow? And you go, well, I don't know. Well, I do. If it's an ice cream cone that you want, that's one of the ways. If it's going down to the beach and celebrating a sundowner, that's one of the ways. You follow the bliss of what your heart enjoys doing and living out loud, for goodness sake, from the stillness of your authentic self. In closing, thank you, God. If you aren't a good cause waiting to happen on this planet, I don't know who is. We are more than enough. We have more than enough. We are here to give more than enough. And I'm inviting us to use in our quiet time, and I want to thank Virginia for using that in her prayer time, the 7th generation idea. It was designed by the Iroquois about the Red Nation rising up and bringing together of all the tribes, and recognizing that there comes a time when these tribes, believe it or not, will come together in unity and in oneness. And it happens when you and I begin to honor where we came from. So when I pray lately, I've been praying with my mother, my father, who are both on the other side. I'm praying with both of my grandparents and my uncle and my aunts, who are on the other side, and back 7 generations. Because do you suppose they had some stuff they needed to heal? Yeah. And I'm praying for the progeny that is coming forth. My children, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren to be, because in quantum physics, it's all concurrent. It's all one. So in closing, I'm going to invite each one of you to spend 21 days writing 3 things at night that you're going to accomplish the next day. And congratulate yourself, because it's possible. Be confused, I saw on Facebook a little while ago. Be confused, because it's where you learn new things. Be frustrated, because it's where you start to make more authentic decisions. Be sad, because if you and I are brave enough, we can hear our heart's wisdom through it. Wherever you are in this moment, be it. Full out loud. No more hiding. You are always worthy. Namaste. Right back at you.
Now you see that right there? That's what she was like at rehearsals. She was like that at rehearsals all the time, just so excited, like a little, like that, what Snoopy's friend, the little bird thing, Woodstock. It's just like,
No, I'm Susie Woohoo.
wow, you were so full of joy, that's for sure. All right, so let's do a song that, this is good for everybody here, because everything we do globally starts locally, and a great way to do that is with your friends.
Never thought I'd feel this way, and as far as I'm concerned, I'm glad I got the chance to say that I do believe I love you, and if I should ever go away, well then close your eyes and try to feel the way we do today. And then if you can remember, keep smiling, keep shining, knowing you can always count on me. For sure, that's what friends are for. In good times and bad times, I'll be on your side forevermore. That's what friends are
Well, you came and opened me, and now there's so much more I see. And by the way, I thank you. And then for the times when we're apart, well then close your eyes and know these words are coming from my heart. And then if you can't remember,
Keep smiling, keep shining, knowing you will always need count on me. For sure, that's what friends are for. Yeah, in good times and the bad times, I'll be on your side forevermore. Yeah, now that's what friends are for.
keep smiling, keep shining, knowing you can always count on me. For sure,
For sure.
that's what friends are for. In good times and bad times, I'll be on your side forevermore. That's what friends are for.
That's what friends are for. Keep smiling,
Keep smiling,
keep shining,
keep shining.
You
Can always count on me. For sure,
For sure.
that's what friends are for.
Well, now,
In good times and bad times, I'll be on your side forevermore. That's what friends are for.
That's what friends are for.
Keep smiling, keep shining. Oh, that's what friends are for.
That's a hard act to follow. I think I'm just going to go home now. Okay, let's see here. I want to call our chaplains forward today. And know that you guys, after the service, if you have any concerns or need prayer, you can meet with one of these lovely chaplains and they will spend a moment with you, and they are very, very helpful. So I want to applaud the chaplains at this church because they really are quite incredible. Okay, next, for our tithes and blessing, as you leave, ushers will be holding a plate, and whether you give time, talent, or treasure, we appreciate it. And if you will join me in saying, divine love blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive abundantly. So our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be with God, our Creator, family all our way. Yes, we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every step I take, yes, this is my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes.